asked Lou, and he didn't think it was automatic, but the author of the book Fight Club, who lives out by Washougal, was in a basically a non-injury accident out on Highway 14 today. So hit there was a semi came around a curve and almost hit him, and he had to drive off and hit a parked car in a driveway. So anyway, I don't know if that's what they had or not because it's a celebrity. But I'll just mention that story's in the news. At the moment we have it sitting on C1, but if we like it, we can always look it up.
What else do we like? Anything?
I like the console story. If we have room for another local.
So if we did that, we'd have an all-local cover. Is there anything from the wire that you think should be on?
Well, I think we should at least consider it. I mean, the Afghanistan suspect story is, I mean, granted it will be somewhat of an old news development. There are various sidebars to this. The fact that there's one taking a look at even soldiers diagnosed. I should say that it's unclear yet that he had been actually diagnosed with PTSD, but the one sidebar says that even if he did get an official diagnosis, it wouldn't have prevented him from going back to the front lines. And so, I don't know, we played it pretty high over the past week, and it is a big development. Other than that, I do think that gas prices, every time they are in the news, are something that people look at. And
I feel like we're going to need one of the wire stories to be our lead story. I wouldn't want to leave with the CRC letter. I think it gives too much credence to critic. So, and the console's not a lead story, and car in the pool seems kind of small. So
and my sense is that the author, I think if it were an injury accident, I think I would qualify.
Or his fault, or if he was drunk or anything, but he was just a guy that came around a curve and there was a semi in his lane.
Right, yeah.
So, which is not his fault.
Yeah, it doesn't strike, at least in my opinion, I wouldn't say it's a...
Well, and he's well known around here. I'm not sure he's a super duper asshole. We'll give him a good run at the top of C.
Okay, so we have, what I'm thinking is the Afghan suspect for the lead.
Okay, we could, does anyone else have a feeling about another story on the wire list? Or I would nominate Afghanistan.
Yeah. Afghanistan seems like the best one of these. We've had a chance at a gas story already this week, and we probably could do it again next week.
Yeah, I mean, they're pointing out.
Unfortunately, it ain't going down, and the Cherry Point refinery fire means they're just jacking it up on us worse than everywhere else in the country.
So I have Afghan suspect, the Philippine consulate opening, the CRC letter, and car in the pool, and the lead art is car in the pool. So, skyboxes.
And you have to ask Romana how that sounds.
Oh, how does that sound, Romana?
She said with a smile and stuff.
That's a really big endorsement right there.
Well, it's a good variety.
Okay, skyboxes. What do we have from local?
Local, we have that school theater program. Just
And maybe the author?
Yeah, for sure.
Sure. That's
Yeah, for
another
sure.
alternative.
Life.
Try this, and our advice is go see a movie, specifically The Hunger Games.
Biz.
We have purchase for a new business of an industrial site in Washougal, 1.8 million, part of the Hamilton site, separated from the main site though.
Do you know what's going to happen?
A company that was moved out of the port by the rail relocation project, Port of Vancouver.
Okay.
So it's kind of a business relocation.
In sports?
A feature on a Camas baseball player who will be taking his talents to Stanford University next season, unless he gets drafted and offered millions and millions of dollars by some major league baseball team.
Here, I'll be counting all the time today.
Good for him.
Okay, so we have the school theater, we have the Fight Club author, Hunger Games, relocation to Washougal, and a baseball player who's going to Stanford. Who likes the school theater? Fight Club. Try this Hunger Games. Washougal relocation. And a baseball player, Stanford. So it's Fight Club author and baseball.